Also, what did you have, Norn? Is it a girl or a boy? And what's the rank? Champion. So, yeah, I was surprised by your movement, dude. You seem to have good initiative to move upfield, to flip, and to run away as last man, but there was just some touches that you shouldn't be making. Like you were making a lot of touches which were technically just passes back to the opponent. You had an eagle. Yes, that's what you love to see, dude. Nice, let's get to the ball now. You can probably get a demo here. Close. So in this situation, I wouldn't see the ball's moving into this corner now. I wouldn't follow it into this corner. What I would try to do now is get around this ball so I can hit it from the other side. So like the ball's moving over here and your opponent is going to move into this situation as well. What most people will try to do is go from underneath the ball, but then technically that challenge is going to be like this. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be like that in this corner, so the ball can most likely spit out in this direction, which is not good for your team. So what I want you to do is get into this position instead. So it's a solid 50-50. So instead of driving into this corner, I want you to go around it like this. So I know there's a chance you could get bumped by this guy, but generally you should have the time to get around this ball, and you're going to just try and hit it from the other side, because coming from the other side, you can hit the ball back through this corner or straight upfield like that. Okay, so don't join the ball in the corner, go around it and meet it from the other side. So we gotta start turning ball cam off a bit as well. Here, but the ball's been saved now. Like it's safe, and you don't want to be looking up. Like you want to be keeping your eye on your opponent and what boost is ahead of you for just a while, whilst the ball's falling down like that. Like the ball's not going anywhere. You've got some time to look around and make some observations. So whilst we're waiting for the ball to come down, turn your ball cam off. Is that 100 boost available in the corner? Where's your teammate at the minute? Where have the opponents ran to? You know, where are they moving? You can take all this information in right now with your right stick and by turning ball cam on and off. So we need to be giving ourselves that information. That 100 boost, you just got it by coincidence. Like it just happened to be there. You didn't check if it was there. So it could have been gone, and then you would have got into that corner with the ball with early 15 boost. Do you know what I mean? That could have screwed you up. So you want to plan that's available. Do you know what I mean? By looking around, using your right stick, using ball cam on and off, and checking. Your keyboard and mouse you can't use. Okay, so you can't, but you can do ball cam on and off, which would have been enough for the. It would have been enough for the boost check. So that's unfortunate that you haven't got the right stick. Hate to see it. Here, don't challenge that. Like you're last man with the ball. This is a bad situation to be in. To be honest, you don't really ever want to be the second man with the ball. Like your teammate's ahead of you, so you're second man right now, and it means if you're beaten, there's nothing left. Do you know what I mean? You're the last player. So we don't want to bait anyone into a challenge right now. You just want to be making pure progress up the field, trying to move up the field and get the ball away from your goal as much as possible, because you don't want this challenge to be close to your net because there's no defense left. So right now you're baiting this player into a challenge. It's not a good decision. I know your teammate got around you, but you know you still don't want to make that play. Good padding. Like if you're not gonna get into supersonic, I want to see you flip with this ball, with this boost. So like there, we didn't need to use this, but here now you want to get to this ball. Fair enough. Boost and flip. Throw yourself over there. So boost and now flip. You will get into supersonic, or you'll get much closer to the ball for much less input. Do you know what I mean? So boost and flip to get to that ball. touch. Like, chase this now. It was somewhat decent. Like, you was just waiting for your chance to go. Nice. Put this into the corner. Nice. Good recovery. Good recovery. Oh, no, your teammate moved. I think you did quite decently in the corner there. You had a good touch, you had a good recovery, but your teammate joined you too quickly. You should leave that boost for you. You've got to make sure you collect this first time. You're wasting time here. So this is why we want to use ball cam on and off, to make sure you're lining yourself up for things like that. Keyboard and mouse pad. That's fine. You're just forcing the challenge. Right, get this now. Oh, that's not good. We could be padding more here. So, like, yeah, you get bumped, but like, there's loads of. You don't need to get to the ball first. Your teammate's already going for the ball. And as like we've just discussed in the previous replay, if your teammate is in the corner over here, you don't want to join that. So, instead of rushing over to be here, how's about we just take some time and get some pads? Like, whilst your teammate's setting up the next play, get yourself ready for the next play by getting some pads, but also trying your best to stay within that 1/3 distance. You can probably break it down to, like, risk it going to a half. You know what I mean? Like, a little bit more, but don't go much further than that. So yeah, padding at this point. Like, we're just driving. We eventually get one, but we could have probably got 2 or 3 more. So there's no need to use any boost at the minute. Like, I know the 100 boost's there, but this is yours. You know what I mean? There's no need to use any boost. You could save that 43, and I'd like you to start thinking about saving that 43 right now, because you're boosting upfield to turn and go downfield. Do you know what I mean? So just power slide turn, then use the boost. Or because there's absolutely no threat from the opponents right now, there's no need for any boost. So you've got to manage that boost a bit better, dude. I know you, like, as I said, I know you're getting 100, but like in other plays, you won't have the 100 there, and you'd need to use that 45 effectively. This is where we need to stay within distance of our teammates. So as I said earlier, around about 1/3 of the pitch, we don't want to go much further than that. So here we're moving away from our teammate. We should be moving upfield with our teammate. So from here, like this. And then maybe a centre, and would be ready for it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm C3 and I'm absolutely terrible at keeping possession. Something that we need to work on. Yeah, it's just about keeping the ball, controlling the pace. So this is something also you want to look for. So your teammates just hit that ball, or your teammate's about to hit the ball. Like, you're moving around, yeah, teammate takes a touch, and now look, your teammate's jumping up, and they're about to bang the ball towards net. So there's 2 things that could happen here. Your teammate could slam it towards towards the backboard, and if they do make that touch, you need to immediately turn and do something about it. You're the striker in this situation, remember? So you need to turn and at least have a think about what you're going to do there. Or they could completely whiff it and the ball's still going downfield. In which case, yeah, you'd still want to move downfield. But what happens here is, before your teammate makes this critical touch, you start a flip. Like, you front flip and commit yourself into an animation that you can't get out of. Do you know what I mean? You're locked into that flip and you can't react. So say like you flip now here and you're due to land here, but your teammate has started the backboard and you should have turned here. Do you know what I mean? Your reaction's going to be slower. So one, if your teammate is hitting the ball upfield, you need to react to it. You need to be the player that thinks about taking the shot. And 2, you need to be ready to react to it. So if your teammate's about to make a critical touch, a centre, anything like that, you shouldn't be flipping just before it. You know, you should be just waiting to see what happens. You should have tried to back pass that. That's unfortunate. Okay, this is yours. Your last. You don't need to go up. You don't need to go up. So in this situation, you probably want to look into more catching and just taking your time, because here the ball's being pushed over, and like you're last. Remember, so you're the most valuable player on the field at the minute, because if you're gone, it's an open net. So you need to stay available, and this isn't as like, you know, it's not that desperate. You know what I mean? It's 1-1. This person could still get back. Like, it's a halfway line shot, so we don't need to risk this. Plus, we need this teammate to start rotating before we really try to make some sort of play. So you don't want to rush upfield. What we should do here is allow the ball to go over you, just drive with it, and then let it touch off your head, and try and take the ball into your own corner. Because by going into the corner, what you're going to do is you're going to find 100 boost. That's going to be good for you, because then you can play out of the corner with 100 boost. And as you're going into the corner, it baits these players into you, so we're pulling them out of position, and it gives your teammate time to get down and rotate as well, and get behind you, like back post rotation, stuff like that. Catching training packs. Yeah, I have a catching training pack. Well, in my main dribble training pack, the Rocketeer dribbling, there is some levels in there that are based on catching. Well, there's a lot of levels in there based on catching. So like it goes through all the mechanics in there. But yeah, this is what you need to do, dude. You need to waste a bit more time. Don't just immediately try to go upfield. Think about taking the ball back into your corner, getting that 100, giving your teammate time, and also getting these players to move in towards you. Because if you can get these to come towards you and then you hit over them, do you know, we get a good counter attack. And just generally jumping up like that as last man, so risky. Speaking of saying these jams are on point, appreciate that, mate. The artist is called Voyage. Pause, you've got an ad. You know how to deal with that then. Good shot there. Good touch. Put that in. Nice. Your last. Again, your last, dude. You shouldn't be jumping up for that. You can go for this, because your teammate will be last afterwards. That's good. Get boost pads. So you're living for that 100. Think about the 12 pads. The 12 pads will be there for you. Use the 12 pads as like checkpoint markers. So like if you would use 12 pads, I think you would have been back fine. Like obviously the trip up sucks. But like it sucks that you tripped on the post, but use more 12 pads. That 100 dopamine here. I know what you mean, but yeah. You can't really attack on 3, yeah. It's a good recovery there, actually. Teammate should finish up. Yeah. Oh, of course I do precepts. Again, flip, don't, like, your teammate's about to be making an important touch and you're looking at flipping. I mean, you've got to be ready for that. And also, ball cam off, make sure you're getting that boost. Like, you didn't really aim or anything for that. Definitely take your time there. You rushed into that. Take more time. Good touch. Carry on with this now. Try and get another touch. So you're first man right now. Like, you've got the opponents backed up in their own corner. You should just try and get this. Like, try and force a 50-50. Rush them. Make them scared of you. Like, you've already turned now. This person could take this into a dribble. They could knock it up and go into an air dribble. Do you know what I mean? Make them want to have to hit it away. Rush up to them. It's a bad touch from your teammate. So you want more fake challenges. Like, you really want to get in people's faces for these fake challenges. And remember to fake the challenge. You don't, like, a fake challenge is only good if you actually fake it. Good turn. Use the wall. So, one, you rush forward before the opponent really does anything, and then he knocks it up. You could drive up the front wall here. You could try and drive up here and then jump across, or you could drive up the back wall and then try and, if you didn't rush forward, you could have drove up the back wall. Try and leave those those walls available as an option. These. First, so you can challenge. So when you're first on the pitch, so your teammates to your left, the first man should challenge. You want to challenge this to get the opponent to give up the ball, and then your teammate behind you takes control of that. If you don't challenge this, then your teammate's going to get scared. They're probably going to challenge, and then you'll eventually challenge because the ball's getting close to you, and then we'll get a double commit. So you need to challenge this, but you need to do it in any way possible without overcommitting yourself. Do you know what I mean? So get close to it, but don't like double jump. Don't jump, boost really high and then try and flip, because you'll just throw yourself halfway down the field. You just got to get close to this and force something to happen. So that kind of run that you did there is okay, but it's got to come in. Like right now, I want you to get up in this guy's face because you're first. Because we stop there and we kind of slow down. So I think you need to be more aggressive on your challenging. One, like when you're first, you need to get up in people's faces. You've got to like obviously make a good decision of whether you're going to challenge or not. That's going to be the biggest thing, like a fake challenge or a real challenge. When you're first, you really want to get in people's faces. So more aggression on the challenges. Don't run into the same corner as the ball, as we've said. Go around it. And yeah, your reaction, so like looking for reaction or looking for important plays. So when your teammate's about to bang the ball, center the ball, stuff like that, you don't want to be mid flip when that's about to happen. You want to be able to react to that flip. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise you're going to be slow to whatever the play is. And of course as well, when your teammate does bang the ball upfield, your first reaction should be, I need to score that. Whether you go for it or not doesn't matter, or it does matter. Like, you've got to make the right decision. But what I'm saying is, if you're driving downfield and then your teammate goes bang and sets something up, you don't go, oh, give me 3 minutes, mate. I just got to get this 100 boost down here, back post rotation, and then I'll be with you, I promise. It's just, oh shit, okay, I've got to go. That's got to be the decision. Your teammate bangs it, I've got to follow him. Your job is to be there as a striker, and if you're not ready, like if you miss the 100 boost at the halfway line, sucks. Looks like you're going to have to collect a load of 12s as you follow your teammate upfield. That is then your responsibility to make sure you have boost as a striker. And if you show up and then it's like, that's a really nice chance, but I don't have the boost. Yeah, you're last man, and that's a good decision to make. If you're last man and you don't have the boost, don't go for it. But what matters is you was there to make the decision. If you're all the way down in the other corner, checking your pockets for a little bit of 100 boost, you're not there. So the best chance to score wouldn't have been scored. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't have gone in. A gift sub says you can't do a ceiling musty right now. Nope.